After years serving the country at the expense of their own physical and mental health, dozens of military veterans could finally get the chance of a fresh start and a new life in East Yorkshire. Permission has been given for the country's first veterans village for ex-servicemen and women. That's conditional approval in spite of objections. It'll be built on land near to Priory Road in Hull. Now here's a quick look back at the story that Look North has followed for years.
It's basically over 21 acres. There will be a village, low-level village, with veterans working and living in and around that village. There'll be a garden centre where they will work in that garden centre, and there'll be a learning centre as well. This is a model for the country, this one, so this will be the first ever in the world.
Even though a lot of veterans are members of a close and loving family, they have wives and the children and parents around them and stuff like that, they fundamentally change when they go through that sort of military experience because they've been conditioned to be service personnel, and when they get to civilian life, they're not reconditioned to be civilians. They're never the same again.
I got help with a house, and then that was it. I had to find out benefits on my own, jobs, just everything. So there's nothing there to help you, and life as a civilian is just completely different. I'm still quite militarified.
That centre and facility could be shared by brain injury charities and other groups in Hull and the Humber, and also there'll be a community cafe and facilities on site that will benefit the whole community.
It's just the scale of ambition that's so impressive about this, isn't it, when you actually see the building?
So we've just come back from the planning committee for Hull on the 3rd of June. We've been on this journey for the last 2.5 years. Feel after getting that news, so we absolutely are ecstatic. We would be, but we've got to make sure that we don't run out there cheering from the rooftops. We just want to make sure that this build is going to be right for every one of us, and we're going to make sure we're going to do that.
Yeah, a lot of fundraising has been going on, and as I say, it's a story that we have covered a long time on Look North. Well, there were many objections to the Veterans Village today, but there was conditional approval. A short time ago, I spoke to the DIY SOS presenter Nick Knowles in Hull. He's been campaigning heavily on its behalf. Nick Knowles, welcome. Are you pleased?
Yes, obviously pleased that the planning permission has gone through. That's really important to us in order to progress. But also very much aware, it's not sort of feeling victorious, because we're very much aware that there were people who were against the proposal, people who spoke up, councillors.
Do you have sympathy for those people who live locally who are not happy or got reservations?
Absolutely, of course I do. This project doesn't work if we can't carry people with us, and it's important for us to explain ourselves better. There were objections raised today about flooding, and we've got the most comprehensive flood plan. But we obviously haven't explained it well enough if people still have objections. People referring to the floods in 2007, so we shouldn't build there. We obviously haven't explained the great lengths we've gone to and the extraordinary plan that we have to deal with.
How vital is it that we get this? Because I was amazed when I saw the figures today, just how many people in Hull have been, are veterans or got links to veterans.
Yeah, it's 10% of Hull. I mean, are either veterans or serving military or are families of the aforementioned. So it is hugely important that we start to see our veterans in any city around the country as a resource and not as a problem. What we're trying to do here is give an environment in which those people can flourish, where they can get training, where they can get new job opportunities, where there's housing, and then they can move on into society, become valuable members of society. It's beneficial for us financially.
So I suppose the question is, will it happen?
Yeah, I think so. There are still we need to speak to East Riding, obviously, because this is both councils are involved, and the final decision will then go to Secretary of State. So there's still hurdles to clear, but it's a positive move today.
Thanks for all your good work. Good to see you here. As I was walking across, a woman said to me, "Oh, you're talking to Nick Knowles. She said, give him a kiss from me." I said, "You can forget that."
Make him blow a kiss.
Yeah, we're quite glad that it was social distancing at the moment.
Yes, I think that saved us both.
Can't shake your hand. Thank you very much indeed.
No, thank you.
Yeah, he's a lovely guy, does so much great work for the veterans, ex-veterans, and he's been involved in this for a very long time, as have we, and of course we will continue to follow the story and any developments.